Rabbit Hole Roundup, episode 137, Big 3 finals, and 5 songs I'm not embarrassed to know every single word of. So guys, in this edition of the Rabbit Hole Roundup, I came up with a really fun and funny list that's of course perfect for summertime. So being someone who went to day camp and also worked there for many years, I of course heard all the songs on repeat so many times, and if I'm being totally honest, some are actually pretty good, you're just too afraid to admit it. Taylor Swift, One Direction, Justin Bieber, etc.
One Direction are on their way up.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!
All of them honestly have some serious bangers that of course we all know the words to. And just to be clear, I am 100% straight male, and I'm comfortable enough in my own skin to admit that these songs are pretty darn good.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, of course not.
Try your best not to sing along, I dare you. After that, I want to talk about one of my favorite movies of all time, which is criminally underrated. So if you've ever seen the movie Be Cool, the cast in this movie is one of the best ever. John Travolta, Uma Thurman, Cedric the Entertainer, etc. It's hilarious, you have music and drama and race humor, it's got everything.
Be cool.
Be cool.
Excuse me, Chuckles. It's my wife's cousin.
And it's one of my all-time favorite comedies. Following that, I have a clip from Miles Adcox about why this age of certainty is hurting us, and thinking you have all the answers isn't a good thing. People who speak in absolutes are so often not telling you the truth, because the actual truth is found in the gray area and the nuance. After that, I have a post from Jack McVeigh about being hard on yourself as an athlete, and why your words matter. And finally, we're talking Big 3 basketball finals and MLB news, so anyways, without further ado, let's dive deeper now. Rabbit hole time, let's go.
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
What's happening, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Jared Weiss. If you guys didn't know, that must mean that you're not subscribed to the channel, so you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, be sure to leave a like, drop a comment, let me know your thoughts on the video. Follow me on every platform, and if you guys haven't done so already, make sure to check out my book, Fight Through It by Jared Weiss. All links to purchase it are on my website, which is jaredryanweiss.com. That's JAREDRYANWEISS.com. Buy the book, support me, and make sure to check out all the awesome shirts in there as well. Every shirt has been designed by me, every shirt is made of 100% organic cotton. So any support at all, as I'm always saying, would be very greatly appreciated. So let's dive deeper into this rabbit hole now. So first up, I came up with a hilarious top 5 list for this week, as of course evidenced in the title and in the intro. I'm talking 5 songs that I'm quote unquote not embarrassed to know every single word of. So first, a bit of backstory. I was a camper and then a camp counselor at day camp for many years, so of course you start to pick up on some things, culture-wise. Such as when I was in the teen travel program, the girls would often bring the Bring It On movies on the bus, and I'm not ashamed to admit, some of them actually weren't bad, some of them were actually pretty good.
These are not spirit fingers. These are spirit fingers.
Now once again, to be clear, I am a 100% straight male, and I'm also comfortable enough in my own skin to admit that some of the songs that I'm going to mention are actually quite good. And trust me, I know some of you out there know every single word just like me. Stop denying it. So anyways, coming in at number 5, we have the song Baby by Justin Bieber. Early Justin Bieber. Nowadays I feel it's more acceptable for all of us to like him, but at that time it was all girls. So, I know you love me, I know you care, just say whenever, and I'll be there. You were my first love for the first time, and I was like, baby, 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 oh, baby, 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 oh. For you, I would have done whatever, and I just can't believe we ain't together. I could of course keep on going with this. Anyways, next up we have the song You Belong With Me by Taylor Swift. I know that every single one of you listening knows the words to the song, so stop lying. I could have also chose the song Love Story. Anyways, you are on the phone with your girlfriend, she's upset, she's going off about something that you said, but she doesn't get your story like I do. Then of course, she wears short skirts, I wear t-shirts, she's cheer captain and I'm on the bleachers, dreaming of the day that you wake up and find that what you're looking for has been here the whole time. And of course, you belong with me, you belong with me. Number 3, I'm actually cheating a little bit here because like I actually have 2 songs from the same group. So Gibby from iCarly was not lying about One Direction.
One Direction are on their way up.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! Oh my god!
Honestly, I wasn't a fan of them when that group first started out, but like now I'm not ashamed to admit, this group had some serious bangers. Once again, they used to like play these songs at camp all the time, and a bunch of them started to catch on. And also, once again, to be clear, 1000% straight male here.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, of course not.
So we have Live While We're Young. Hey girl, I'm waiting on you. I'm waiting on you. Come on and let me sneak you out. And have a celebration. A celebration. The music up, the windows down. Then of course, so tonight. Let's go crazy, crazy, crazy till we see the sun. I know we only met, but let's pretend it's love. And never, never, never stop for anyone. Tonight, let's get some. And live while we're young. Then after that, we also have Best Song Ever. Said her name was Georgia Rose. And her daddy was a dentist. Said I had a dirty mouth. Got a dirty mouth. But she kissed me like she meant it. I said, can you take you home with me? She said, never in your wildest dreams. And then, of course, and we danced all night to the best song ever. We knew every line. Now I can't remember how it goes, but I know that I won't forget her. Cause we danced all night to the best song ever. I think it went, oh, oh, oh. I think it went, yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it went, oh. Dun, 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 dun. Don't tell me that you don't like that song. Next up, number 2, I'm going with Fancy by Iggy Azalea.
I'm so fancy.
Now, to be clear, I don't know every single word to the song, but like I know most of them, and like once again, not embarrassed to admit it. First things first, I'm the realist. Drop this into the whole world, feel it. And then of course, I'm so fancy. You already know. Remember my name to blow. I'm so fancy. Can chase the scone. And then I get my money on top and get my money declined. Yeah, who dat, who dat? IGGY. Who dat, who dat? Got my name in bold. Another fire summer song. Now finally, coming in at number 1, the number 1 song that like I'm quote unquote not embarrassed to know every word of is Party in the USA by Miley Cyrus. Make fun of me all you want, but once again, I know for a fact that you know the words too, and the song slaps. I hopped off the plane at LAX with my dream and my cardigan. Welcome to the land of Fame XX. Am I gonna fit in? Then of course, all I see are stilettos. I guess I never got the memo. Then that's when the taxi man turned on the radio and Jay-Z song was on. So put my hands up to play my song. The butterflies fly away. Nodding my head like yeah. Moving my hips like yeah. So put my hands up to play my song. Know I'm gonna be okay. Yeah. It's a party in the USA. Stop lying to me. I know that you sang along during this whole list. Anyways, like I said, being at camp all those years, I didn't choose this life. All those songs chose me. Anyways, let me know what songs you think are missing from this list, and hopefully none of you see me differently for knowing all the words to these songs. And once again, let's be real, you know the words too. Now next, I want to talk about one of my all-time favorite comedies, a super underrated movie that you may have never heard of. So it's my job to put you onto this. Do we all have those comfort movies, or is it just me? You know, the movies you could watch hundreds of times and every time you still love it just as much? Well, that's what the movie Be Cool is for me. Movies like that, Hitch, Moneyball, Wedding Crashers, etc. No matter how many times I've seen them, all those movies still make me feel good whenever I watch them. So Be Cool is, in my opinion, one of the funniest movies ever made, but of course it's not very PC, politically correct.
Who did it?
Not me.
You talk to the PD.
The police?
The police, the program director. Hey, y'all speak to my daughter.
Good morning, Deshaun.
Which is probably why it didn't get the best reviews, but it's got a mix of hilarious race humor, which was great for the early 2000s. You also have a music story of an amazing young musician and her manager, and you also have one of the best casts ever in movie history, I think. So main character Chili Palmer, a movie director, trying to get into the music business.
Be cool. But if you wait till Friday, I get you your money plus the vig.
is played by John Travolta. You then have Edie Athens, a newly widowed woman who owns NCL Records, and yet the record label is basically broke. She's played by Uma Thurman.
But these Russians, okay, these monsters, they're animals.
You then have Sinless Sal, a very successful music producer, who tries to act hood even though he's not, and he has a big home in the suburbs.
Well, hello, Mr. Program Director. You see what happens when you don't spend my records?
Played by Cedric the Entertainer. Then he has a crew of massive jacked bodyguards and one skinny one who's hilarious, who's so funny, named Dabu, played by legendary rapper Andre 3000 from Outkast.
Excuse me, Chuckles.
Then you have a rival music label, Carousel, where two of the workers you have Raji Lumenthal, who acts black, and he's hilarious, played by Vince Vaughn.
Linda. Yo. I didn't dismiss you.
He talks like that?
He thinks he's black.
And then he's a bodyguard, played by Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Elliot, who's a gay wannabe actor. And of course The Rock is jacked and very masculine, so that's hilarious.
You say it again and I quit.
What'd I say? What'd I say, huh? Okay, look, Elliot, I know you frustrated with...
Then you have this girl, Linda Moon, played by Christina Milan, who's part of a group, The Chicks, run by Carousel. And yet, when Chili spots her talent, he takes her in since he's now becoming a music guy. And he and Edie managed to connect her with Steven Tyler and Aerosmith.
'Cause me and them ways that parted, that kind of love was the killing kind.
And they have a really cool performance. You then also have Travolta and Uma Thurman dancing at a Black Eyed Peas concert. And you also have a brief appearance coming from Danny DeVito too. So the main conflict in this movie is you have all these competing groups who want a piece of the action, and yet everyone is trying to kill each other, and all of them are trying to kill Chili Palmer. So you have the Russian mafia involved. You've got Joe Loop, this trained hitman who keeps going after the wrong guy.
You hit the wrong guy.
Well, whose fault is that?
It's your fault.
Take the wax out of your goddamn ears. The Mayan downtown.
Once again, you have Vince Vaughn with all these hilarious lines. Stop hating, stop hating, stop participating, star. Come on, man, twinkle, twinkle.
Wee! Come on, clown it, baby. Stop hating. Stop participating. Stop participating, star.
Weezy, Jay Leezy. Then you have Dabu being don't give me no gun. You already know what I'm gonna do with it.
Don't give me no gun, man. You know what I'm gonna do.
And also, Dabu, player. Or when Cedric the Entertainer goes, by that time I want to smell money or smell blood. Then, Dabu, calm down. We still have more stops to make today. You're gonna get your chance to kill somebody. Or, Dabu, can you please make your dining experience a bit less obtrusive? Or, Dabu, pinky? What's that? What's with the finger? That's not gangster, that's not gangster.
Dabu. T. What's with the finger? What's that? That's not gangster. That's not gangster.
I could keep on going. This movie is hilarious. So tell me why this movie wasn't bigger and more well known. You guys have to watch it. Next, I have a clip I want to share coming from Miles Adcox, and this was a great episode to check out if you guys have the time. So this is about how it's okay to disagree with people, and also how we should be staying open-minded. So let's check this one out together now.
Today I wanted to offer you a sentence that I've been sitting with for a while now. I'm going to tell you I could be wrong about it. In fact, I hope I never become too certain that I'm right. But I can't seem to shake this one. One of the greatest threats to our mental health right now isn't disagreement. I think it's certainty. And I think certainty might be making us lonely.
So well said, Miles. I think this is a big issue in today's world. Everyone out there loves to speak in absolutes, but doesn't allow for nuance. I know this for a fact because this happened to me. Okay, what if my experience is totally different from yours? Unfortunately, as we all know, the algorithm loves to reward people who speak in absolutes, but most of the time, that's not the truth. The truth is typically found in the gray area. And as I've said in here numerous times now, this page started up as a conspiracy page. I was hoping to empower people to seek hidden knowledge and ask more questions, and I do believe I did that. And truth is, my beliefs haven't changed much. I still fully believe a lot of conspiracies are true. However, I know it's the whole community, or the whole truth or world and content as a whole, became extremely judgmental, where everyone had to believe the same things, and like everyone is evil. You're not allowed to watch sports, you can't listen to music, you have to believe everything we do, the exact same things as like this person, or otherwise you must be controlled. And I'm just like, hold up. I thought this was about being open-minded and asking questions, not calling everyone satanic who disagrees with you.
I got a lot of problems with you people.
And on top of this, I feel like we need to be more okay with not knowing some things. It's tough not knowing, but like when you think you know everything and you get proven wrong, now what? I think staying in this curious space and asking questions is way healthier than like claiming you know everything and like everyone out there has to bow down to you. How do we learn from people with different perspectives that way? It's not healthy, so like look for the nuance and stop blindly following anyone on any side or in any group. Now finally, before diving into our sports recap, I have a post I want to share coming from pro athlete Jack McTray on Instagram that talks about like the power in our words, so let's check this one out now. So the first slide says, "How words made me hate my body. We tell kids sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never hurt you. We have it backwards. A broken bone shows up on the scan, it gets a cast, a timeline, a healing plan. 6 weeks later, it's stronger than before. A sentence implanted in a 16-year-old gets no scan and no cast. It gets reinforced quietly for the rest of your life or until you catch it. I was 16 when 3 coaches sat me down and told me I wasn't strong enough to compete at the next level. 2 years later, different room, different coaches, almost the same sentence, we're not sure your body's good enough. The coaches said it twice, I've said it to myself 10,000 times. Every time I failed, I blamed my body. Didn't make the Hawks, blame my body. Lost the game, blame my body. To this day, I struggle to watch film because I hate the way my body looks and moves out there. Somewhere after hearing those coaches, I wrote a rule for myself. F everyone who doesn't believe in me, I'll prove them all wrong. In 15 years of proving, I found no peace. Only shame, burnout, and frustration. Words don't just describe our world, they build it. And the words I've been repeating to myself about my body built a cage I've been trying to escape ever since. Notice them, rewrite them. So, thank you for sharing, Jack. Our words most definitely hold power. Me being a highly sensitive person, I totally get this as an athlete myself. I used to try to say that the whole sticks and stones thing too, but the truth is, words can hurt, and like I don't mean this in one of those like words are violence kind of way, but what others say to you and how you speak to yourself most definitely matters and holds a ton of power. Whenever I had coaches who put me down or screamed at me, or if I had like all these toxic teammates, and of course there were plenty of them over the years, their words most definitely hurt my confidence. And so I thought like, Jack, I'll prove everyone wrong, and there's nothing wrong with that, but the issue is, it becomes never enough. The only person worth proving yourself to at the end of the day is you. It's like that famous scene coming from the movie Rudy. This incredibly undersized football player showed himself, and like everyone else out there, that he could hang with Notre Dame, and yet like it still wasn't enough for him, until the janitor reminded him of all that he accomplished.
Time, you don't have to prove nothing to nobody except yourself. And after what you've gone through, if you haven't done that by now, it ain't gonna never happen.
So like Jack said here, I'm still working on this. It's most definitely an ongoing healing journey for me, but I do believe we can rewrite our stories. We can remind ourselves how special we are, how strong we are, and all the things like we're overcoming, and all the things we have overcome. And on top of that, it's so important to surround ourselves with better people too. Yes, the haters can play a role. They can of course be like that lighter fluid, but we don't want to spend too much time around them, or else we end up lighting ourselves on fire too. So thank you so much for sharing, Jack. Anyways, on to this week's sports recap. Let's go now. So first up, tonight we have the Dunkman Finals, and like although I plan on talking all about like how it goes during next week's episode, I do want to give you guys my predictions for tonight. So first up, this contest has been like incredible overall, and like I'm not sure how the judges are gonna pick the winners, especially if each dunker brings their best stuff. So we have Mac McClung taking on Dunk Chen, and this one sucks for me because like if I'm being honest, these are probably my two favorites in this contest. So I heard Max saying the other day like he used up all his best dunks in round 1, but I also heard that Dunk Chen might be dealing with like a back injury. So this one could be a total toss-up because both guys at their best, like I'm not even sure who you go with, but Dunk Chen is more versatile because he can go off one and he's been doing these contests longer. So that experience definitely helps, but if he's not fully healthy, I'll go with Mac. I of course love both guys, but I'm thinking Mac does something super creative and like different. But I do want to see Chen go crazy too. I think this is going to be like a sick matchup. So for me, Mac McClung gets a slight edge there. Then we have Dylan McCarthy going up against Sutherland. I'm picking Sutherland. I mean, of course, they call this guy 1 foot God for a reason. And this is coming off like a serious Achilles injury. But round 1, he looked unreal, and like his style and experience, I believe, are going to pay off. McCarthy will be unreal next year, I think. But Sutherland, I believe, is more likely to hit his dunks first try. Then we have Isaiah Rivera going up against Dylan Hogan. Dylan shocked me in round 1. I was not expecting him to be like this good this young, but Isaiah has such a deep bag. He's definitely going to do something crazy, and his consistency overall is next levels. So I'm going with Isaiah. He's my pick here. Then we have Cam Hazard, Joel Henry. I think Joel could be a sleeper pick, but like I'm not sure who I'm picking here. Cam shot up out of nowhere, of course, this past year, and his 360s and like E-Space and inverters are next level. I'm picking Cam with a slight edge here. Okay, so then after that, I'm picking Sutherland over Mac. Once again, more experience and thus like a deeper bag of dunks to pull from, which will most definitely be key, especially as like we head into the later rounds. And then I'm picking Isaiah over Cam, and I'm picking 1 foot God Sutherland to win it all, which will of course be a really cool, inspiring story, coming back from his huge injury. But this could go like any way. This contest has been like incredible. I'm super excited to watch. I'm gonna look back at these predictions in next week's episode. So like hopefully all of us like enjoy an amazing contest tonight. Now next up, the Big 3 finals from this weekend were incredible. One of the best basketball games I've ever watched, honestly. I've said it time and time again, the Big 3 is an amazing product, so a huge shout out to Ice Cube for everything that he's done with this league. So we had the Boston Ballhogs take down Dallas Power in crazy fashion. This was two really good, fundamentally sound 3-on-3 teams fighting it out. Power got off to a good start. Greg Monroe was dominating the paint. Then Elijah Stewart came alive. He went for 19 in this game. He was hitting shots. He was hitting all his shots and looking strong. Of course, TJ Klein, the dirty work guy, did his thing, and Glenn Rice Jr. was hitting tough threes and playing big defense, trying to stop Pargo. But my sleeper team from this whole season, Boston Ballhogs, pulled it off. I was calling Jeremy Pargo MVP after like week 3 or 4. You guys check out like any of my old videos on this topic. He showed out and never quit. He just kept on coming. But like honestly, what was most impressive about him, it wasn't just about his scoring or his playmaking and passing, but it was his defense too. He plays way bigger than his size, and he was up for the challenge guarding the bigs on Power when he had to. Also, another key to this game, I spoke about this one like a few weeks ago, was getting Garland Green going on offense. He went for 18 points, had 4 threes. He was super clutch in this game. Deshaun Stevens had a double-double and like sick alley-oop too. But Jeremy Pargo was inevitable. He cannot be stopped this season. So when Boston was down by 4, 47-43 in a game to 50, and Pargo goes off the glass from 4, and then he nails a contested 4-pointer to win it. Game, set, match. That was all she wrote. The summer of Pargo was complete. I was also hoping that Ray Nixon would hit some shots. He was of course playing with a heavy heart after the loss of his dad, but he definitely came up big this season as a whole, and he's definitely a strong leader, and like I'm super happy for this Boston Ballhogs team. Underdogs throughout. Amazing game, like amazing season overall. Also, furthermore, the Big 3 All-Star game, which happened before the finals, was really cool and a lot of fun too. You had Pat Beverly going up against Nasir Kaur. You had Amari Stoudemire playing, Thomas Robinson, and of course the current Big 3 guys. You had Montrezl Harrell, Michael Beasley, Earl Clark, James Johnson, Amir Johnson, etc. And initially Pat Bev took this game to heart. He wanted to embarrass Nas and like he did his thing, and didn't even play the second half. Now I'm not someone who likes to judge guys based on just like one bad game or one bad shooting day, but I would love to see Pat bring that same energy to the Big 3 next season, going up against Nasir Kaur. That'd definitely be like box office stuff. So Pat Bev had 17, 5, and 5, I think. Anyways, Earl Clark and Montrezl Harrell took over in the second half, and that team put out a close win. Now I want to talk about like the Big 3 season as a whole, And I'm going to tell you guys why I love it so much. I feel like, to me, this is the new M1. I know everyone thinks like the new M1 is the YouTube Hoopers and the 1v1 scene, and hey, that's of course really cool if you guys like it. I'm someone who loves the professor and guys like that, and of course I also post some of my own basketball content of my own every so often. But what I love about the Big 3 is you've got like the perfect mix of NBA legends, YouTube Hoopers, and overseas guys. It's got like the best of all worlds. And furthermore, you actually feel so close to the action, closer than like how it is with the NBA, because like of course it's a smaller league, smaller stadiums, and the videos and content definitely make you feel like a part of it. And I also love like all the nuance in it. Whether it's Bring the Fire, you also like NBA legends who are coaching in this league. You of course have 4-pointers which came up big in the finals. So I love how like this league provides some really great summer basketball, and I think it's only getting better as time goes on. Now let's head over to the MLB, where first up one of my followers asked me to cover the Phillies this past week, so I got you, and rightfully so. So that team had been red hot prior to losing to the Mariners, who were led by Cal Raleigh, the guy who's been not at his best this season. He had 3 home runs, the big dumper. Anyways, that was a side note. So the Phillies had been on like a 9-game winning streak, had a crazy comeback win over the weekend, coming off the bat of Kyle Schwarber, who's currently up to 39 homers, on pace for 48 I think, another 45 plus home run season. Then you have the league leader in batting average, and Luis Arias up to 321. You also have Bryce Harper reaching base in 27 straight games. He's been red hot. And of course it seemed like also the stacked rotation with Wheeler, Sanchez, Duran, and others. That team could be very dangerous to face in the playoffs. I would definitely not take that team lightly at all. Staying in the NL, what's gotten into Fernando Tatis? Is that guy back on the juice? Just joking. But like this past week, he was 12 for 25 with 4 homers this past week alone. He's currently on pace to hit over 300 and around 100 RBIs. He's 17 homers like over his past 59 games, I think. Do you remember like at the start of the season when like he couldn't hit any homers? And he also robbed a grand slam over the weekend in the outfield. The Padres have some serious talent. If that team could get into the playoffs, they could also be like really dangerous there. Because of course also like a really deep pitching staff with the additions at the deadline in Mize and Robbie Ray. And of course Mason Miller is the closer, lights out. And one more point in the NL, because like, as you guys know, I love it whenever the veterans play well. Chris Sale has the 3rd lowest ERA in all of baseball. He's still one of the best pitchers in baseball with some nasty stuff, still hitting like 97-99 on the gun. Now, over in the AL, my Yankees have looked really good. They of course won the series against the Blue Jays over the weekend, and the hitting is showing some really positive signs of life. Spencer Jones, someone who I've liked a lot recently, batting .275 over his last 15 games. Lombard batting close to 300, of course in spite of like his recent errors in the field. Hopefully that trend doesn't continue. The Yankees have 10 hits in 3 of their last 5 games. Paul Blackburn has under a 2 ERA, and David Bednar has been lights out in the bullpen. And Rodon has slowly been ramping things back up. I like what I'm seeing. Furthermore, some other baseball notes. The Brewers are the best team in baseball, despite hitting the fewest home runs. That team is operating on the Moneyball concept, of course getting on base, as are the Blue Jays, who were still hanging around too. And of course, that team has Jacob Mizorowski, best pitcher in baseball. The Royals might be entering the playoff picture soon, possibly. In that super weak AL, where of course no one wants to claim it. And speaking of which, in the AL West, every team is either at or under 500 at the moment. I'm not sure like who I would pick to win that division. I guess the Astros because of Yordan Alvarez, but like that team has been falling apart. The Rangers one day look good, the next day look horrible. Anyways, that's your sports recap. Let's finish up the video now. Anyways, that's the episode. If you guys like what you heard, make sure to leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel. I will catch you guys next time. Stay positive, stay hustling, stay grinding. Catch you next time. Peace.